Good morning, everyone. This is Father Nate, missionary priest in Italy, and thanks for joining us today, November 14th, on No Greater Delight, our podcast on Marian feasts and Marian meditations. Today we recall three different events related to Our Lady. First, in Lamego, Portugal, they celebrate Our Lady of the Grotto. Now, the chapel of Our Lady of the Grotto is found actually carved into the rock at a place where an image of Our Lady had been found. Likewise, in 1935, in Montevago, Agrigento, Sicily, Italy, they recall the crowning, the canonical crowning, of the painting of the Madonna with Child. This is an image of the Madonna of Grace, La Madonna delle Grazie. And lastly, in Bologna, Italy, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. This image, with Mary holding the child Jesus, who has a small sacred heart on his chest, has a history of popular devotion. The date of November 14th for its veneration was approved by Pope Pius IX. For today's reading from the Admirable Heart of Mary by St. John Eudes, we continue and conclude, in fact, the third chapter entitled The Corporeal Heart of Mary, that is, her bodily heart. O great and truly admirable sacrifice, so wonderfully agreeable to the God of hearts! O blessed heart of the Mother of fair love, consecrated altar whereon so divine a sacrifice was offered! Blessed art thou, O most holy heart, for having loved and desired nothing but him who alone is amiable and desirable. Blessed art thou for having established thy joy and thy contentment in living and honoring him, who alone is capable of satisfying the heart of man, and for having known no other grief than that caused by the offenses committed against his divine majesty. O blessed heart, you have hated nothing, fled from nothing, feared nothing, except what could injure the interests of your beloved Son, and you have never known anger, except towards that which was opposed to his glory. O blessed heart, so completely closed to the vanities of the earth and of self-interest, that not one trace of them ever found place in you. Your confidence in God was equaled by your firm trust in divine goodness, and fired by divine generosity. Never did you give way before the obstacles raised by hell and the world to prevent you from advancing along the path of sacred love. But you did always surmount them with unremitting constancy and invincible strength. These are some of the marvelous prerogatives of the admirable heart which beats in the virginal breast of the Mother of God. Is it not true that, even if we considered only the material and corporeal heart of the Queen of Heaven, it would still be worthy of the greatest honor and veneration? Blessed indeed are the hearts of the true children of Mary, who strive to live in conformity with the most holy heart of their mother, most admirable. Think of the honor that is due to her heart, most noble part of the virginal body that gave human flesh to the eternal Word, forever the center of adoration of the angels and saints in heaven. What honor is due to her heart, life principle of the Mother of God and of God made man. Above all, what great veneration is merited by the heart that God himself loved and glorified most highly, the heart that adored and loved God more perfectly than all the hearts in heaven and upon earth. May every heart praise and magnify you forever and ever. So for today's Marian meditation, taken from the book on Marian Meditations by Father Ildefonso Villar, we read the last part of the meditation on the mystery of Mary Immaculate. And his point here regards the universality of sin. But worst of all, Adam's sin was universal for the whole of mankind. Adam was not just a private individual. He was the fountainhead of human life. From him, all other men were to take origin. He was then the representative of humanity. All of us were included in him. Now, everything that God gave him was not for him exclusively, but for everybody. All of us were supposed to become equal to him. In this is no injustice whatsoever. If a father is enormously rich, his children also will be rich. But if this father squanders away his estate and becomes penniless, his children, through no fault of theirs, will be born in poverty. This is what happened to us. No one was richer than Adam. God desired we also should be rich in grace. However, Adam lost everything, and now we are born in poverty. A great pity, indeed, but a great truth. Mary should have been born like ourselves. But God says no. He exempts her and her alone. She is born just as she was shaped by God, pure, spotless, immaculate. Pause to admire her beauty. Congratulate Mary in being immaculate. See the angels escorting her with palms and celebrating her entry into the world. A triumphal entry, which far from being a defeat like ours, is a victory scored over the serpent. With the angels, sing the praises of Our Lady, as she appears in the world so beautiful and shining. There has never been, nor will there ever be, a whiter flower than the soul of Mary at her conception. Think also that since she was sinless, she was not bound either by the law of suffering or of death. Nevertheless, God wanted her to suffer and die, that she should be similar to that Son of hers, who embraced the cross for our love. Suffering was not in her a punishment, as it is with us, but just a token of her love for God and her imitation of Jesus, as it was also a token of her love for men and an example for our consolation. Thank her for this, and be courageous when the time comes for you to suffer like your mother, and embrace the cross as she did.
Hello, and we hope that you enjoyed listening to our Marian podcast. In the spirit of Saint Bernard of Clairvaux, we say to you that there is no greater delight than to spread the devotion of Our Lady. We hope you share these sentiments and encourage you greatly to share with a loved one. Know that you are always in our prayers, and we ask that you keep us in yours. God bless.